All right, so looking at this, find the following for this data on the average temperature and the rainfall for 8 different months in Boston. Find the correlation coefficient and the line of best fit. How do I put this in my calculator? Where do I go first? Everybody. Stat, edit. Now I have data in here from yesterday's problem, so what do? Up, clear down, over, up, clear down. Okay, make sure you have list 1, list 2. If you don't, if you accidentally deleted it, go back to stat, number 5, setup editor, and hit enter till it says done, and then it'll bring it back. Okay? All right, on the test, by the way, on the test, I will help you if you have lose a list, but I'm not going to tell you what step comes next or what to do. So make sure you guys are good with that. All right, so list 1, I'm going to enter. Oh, it's right there. 29, 30, 39, 48, 58, 68, 73, and 72. And then, oops. Now I'm going to come over, and I have 95, 91, 100, 93, 84, 79, 73, and 92. All right, so I've got it entered. What do I do now? If I want to just graph it, what do I do to just graph the dots? I go to y equals and make sure what? Clear it out. Make sure your plot's turned on. Now, if I go to graph, it's going to graph based off of that data I had yesterday, which was kind of small. So what do? Zoom, and which one? 9. We only use 2 zooms. 6 is standard. It goes from -10 to 10 by a scale of 1 on both axes. Zoom 9 is zoom stat. It will fit to whatever statistics we just put in our lists. So I'm going to hit enter, and there's my scatter plot. Now, how do I find the correlation coefficient and the line of best fit? You will have to write that down on your test and for your practice test. So what are you going to do here? Not yet. You can't go to VARS yet because I haven't ran the regression. Stat, calc, 4, linear regression. I hit enter. You guys, God bless you. You guys go down to calculate, hit enter. So what is the correlation coefficient? -0.70. Okay, there's my correlation coefficient. Then here's my equation. Here's A and B. Rounding to 2 decimal places, what are you guys going to tell me? Y equals -0.35. Don't forget the X plus 106.41. That's the model for this linear problem, this linear regression for this scatter plot. Now, predict the rainfall when the temperature was 50. Remember, this was list 1, which was X. This was list 2, which was Y. So is the temperature X or Y? X. So they're saying when X is 50, was it 50? Yep. What is Y? So how do we do that? Oh, I can't go yet to graph because I don't have that line. So I have to go to Y equals. I have to go to what? VARS. Number 5, statistics. EQ, paste that. Now that I have the graph, when I hit graph, I've got that line. Now I can make predictions. You cannot make predictions until you have that line there. So now I'm going to go what? Second, calc, value, type in 50, and what would the average rainfall expected to be? 89.11 inches. Yes, sir.
What if you knew the Y value?
Okay, that's a great question, and we haven't done one of those. But let's just say, what if we wanted to know when will you have 90 inches of rain? Okay, and this will not be on the test. So those of you who are, okay, just shut it off. Okay, 90. So I want to know what is X when Y is 90. Here's the way you would do that, Josh. And we are going to do this later on this year. You go to Y equals, you let Y2 be 90. Because Y is 90, so this is where you enter Y and you graph it. And now do you see here that the point where they intersect, that would give me the X value. We already know Y is 90. That would give me the X value that occurs when Y is 90. Our calculator can find that by, again, second calc. We're gonna use the first 5 of these a lot this year. If you notice, number 5 says what? Intersect. And then the calculator asks you, is this graph the first graph? Is this slanted? Because remember, you could have like 10 graphs on here. Is this the first graph? Yes. Is this graph the second graph? Yes. Do you want me to guess? That's confusing right now because we're going to get to where you have a parabola with a linear and you're going to have 2 points of intersection. So you have to tell it which one to go to. Linear, you only have 1. So you just hit enter, enter, enter for this one. And you would see at 90 inches, the temperature would be 47.4. Now, for those of you who are like, what did you just do? Don't worry. That one's not on the test yet. It's coming. Since he asked, I showed him. Okay? More questions. Okay. Homework from last night. How'd you guys do? I tried to come around and ask for any questions. All right. On this one, okay, you had to look at the picture to get to your equations. Now, I want to caution you about something on the test. And I think I cautioned you guys on the quiz for this, but it didn't happen. It actually happens on the test. Okay? When you are solving, and you are working with a system of equations, it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? And you get 2x equals 0. That is not no solution. Yeah, what do you do to solve for this? You divide by, what does x equal? 0 divided by 2 is 0. Your variables did not cancel there. So that is not a no solution problem. So be careful on the test on Monday. 0 divided by anything is a number. It's 0. That happens on one of the versions. Okay? All right, any other questions? This problem last night, remember I told you guys did not have to use substitution? Some of you took this and substituted it in for x and then substituted it in for x. You can do that. If you notice on my blue paper, I took this equation and I moved the 6y over and the 2z over, and then I worked with that in standard form and used elimination. You can do whatever method you choose. One person did get it to work almost, except for they multiplied wrong, but it was close by using substitution. It works. I just think the elimination is so much easier. Okay? Questions? All right, so what we're going to do, you guys are going to have the rest of class time to work on this practice test on a separate sheet of paper. Now, here's the only thing I'm going to warn you about. Pass those blue papers in for me. I'm going to let you work together, but Miss Burns, being new, asked me, do you let them work together? Because, you know, obviously you can't work together on your test. And I said, I do. I let them work together because we don't have a lot of opportunity. And I respect that you guys want to do that. But I caution you, because can you work together on the test? No. So make sure you know how to do these on your own. Okay? Make sure you are not dependent on your partner, because you will not have your partner. Ooh, the back of these did not copy very well, did they? Some of them. Any other blue sheets? Okay, you have the rest of class time. I'll be around to answer questions if you need them. You may go in the hall.